Hello, this is Hui. Welcome to watch my video C++ programming on Linux. In this short video, we are going to discuss threads lockable object, and the class in our demonstration is the std mutex. So the class std mutex, and the explanation is a mutex is a lockable object that is designed to signal when critical section code need exclusive access, preventing other threads with the same protection from executing concurrently and access the same memory location. The example we use multi times in preview video with multiple threading read files. So here is the program. So what we do, the program is redesigned to a program name, and the command line is a file name. So we open the file with multi-thread, and so we initialize an array of std future with maximum thread we defined in the line is number of 8. So and we make a loop to use an std async, which we discussed in previous video, to instantialize the thread, which the function is a thread read file, and this function take 2 parameters, is the thread id, which is a loop, and argv1, which is the file name. And so we multiple open the file, read the file, and in threading, and then we make another loop, rset get, to get a return from the threading execution, and then we finish, we just read. And for our multi-thread reading function, we take a first parameter is the thread ID, and the second parameter is the pointer of the file name. So we make a file name and in memory, and then we instantialize this memory, copy the file name pointer to our P files. So then we calculate initial position because we use multiple threading to read the file. So we know our example file, which have 20,000 lines. So if we divide with 8, so each thread should be read 25 lines. So each thread, and based on the thread ID, initial position is ID times 2500, and 27 is the number of characters in each line. So then we instantialize, open the file, and instantialize the object my file, and my file is open. Then we starting the position is the initial position we calculated here, and then we use a get line to read file into the line, and read till maximum 2500. So for each line we read, we just print out to the std cout, and plus the thread, which is thread ID, so we know which thread read this line, and which loop read this line. And then we finished, and we have to do is, when finish the loop, we just close the file, and then we return back from thread function. So now let's just save this, compile this. So this is our executable, and this is our example file. So in order to see the result clearly, we just redirect to our file .txt. So now we check what's inside this file. So you can see here we have a problem. Normally we read the line, we tell this line is the line number 2, and so it's thread 0 and the number 2 of loop. So and then this is sometimes we have these lines in which this happened screwed, right? So what happened this one in this case, it means we have our 2 thread. In this case, thread 0 and thread 1, which is and they both concurrently put into the output, then make this line and mixed with both threads print. So like this. So in this case, it means our shared object, which is concurrently being used by 2 threads, cause this. In order to resolve this problem, we need to use today's topic, which is the lockable object. So let's go back to our program. So in order to use a lockable object, we have to introduce a new object, std mutex, which we have included this mutex, and we instantialize the mutex object called std mutex is mtx. So the problem is when we writing for both 8 threads, when we read the file, we read from different position, so there is no crash into the same record, because each thread started from different location. So but when we put this std out, that is a shared object from both 8 threads. It might be concurrently both 2 threads write or multiple threads writing in the same line. So in order to not make a collision, we have to use lock. So mtx dot we lock, and after we used, we have to do mtx dot unlock. In this case, when one thread is writing to HTTP cout, it's locked the object and exclusively using this shared std out, and so other object thread will be wait until this one be unlocked. So now let's save this. We compile it again. We delete this file. So this is our executable. This is our example file, and we direct to this people.txt. So let's see what's the result. So in this case, you can see we have 8 threads reading the file, all of them printed into the std cout, and each of them, there's no collision because we using the std mutex to lockable object to make when each thread writing into the standard output, it's exclusive, so prevent other thread to write at the same time. Hello, this is Hui. Thanks to watch my video. Hopeful this is useful, enjoyable. It's going to be great to have your feedback.